Entrepreneurs Channel TV, rewriting Africa's story through enterprise Amazons. We promote women in business. We showcase women in business.
Entrepreneurs Channel TV, creating a platform of expression for every woman.
I'm Reverend Mrs. Adenike Victor Tade, aka Mama Empowerment. This program is put together in order to put our own contribution in reducing unemployment among the youth especially. We look into agriculture and the new trend in agriculture, which is soilless and hydroponic, and we look at it that we can maximize our output through this method of agriculture. And that's why we put it together so that we can get new idea, we can take the new idea to our people, and our people can have interest in it and go ahead and make business from it. And as we have different facilitators, see the facilitators that they are really taking us through so that we can know what is all entails. We also have in this meeting people that we're talking about how to finance our new business. This is the first of it, and we hope to go further in getting knowledge across to people and making sure they really bring the knowledge into reality. It won't be just a seminar touch, but a practical thing that they can make best of it and get livelihood from it, which at the end reduce unemployment. That is what today's seminar is all about. Thank you.
Very important. That's why all this is necessary. So you talk about shade plot, and then for most greenhouse productions, because of limited space, to set up a greenhouse is expensive. I don't know how much Dizengo Fish or any of the other brands are charging you. But you're looking at the double. How much is the Kenyan one? Do you have an idea?
The Dizengo type.
No, not the.
I want to compare their
okay,
size.
Okay. What size is the Dizengo?
The Dizengo is 8 meter by 24 meters.
Okay.
That's 2 million.
2 million, okay.
I thought they had two sizes, but they don't have the two sizes.
They have two sizes.
Uh-huh.
They have different
You're talking about the one you use.
Okay, the one you use is this size.
Yes.
Now, the Kenyan one, is that the same size as well?
The Kenyan one is 10 meter by 30 meters.
Okay.
And how much?
That one is about 1.8.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper.
And it's bigger. Now, when you grow crops in your greenhouse, I'm talking about vertical gardening now. Sorry, we're interacting. When you grow crops in your greenhouse, do you let them lie on the ground?
No, I started with tomato. I have to sterilize all the soil.
Okay.
In a grow bag.
Yes.
I use grow bag.
You use grow bag. Soilless media is your way to go.
Yeah, that's why I come.
Yeah, that's why you're coming. That's good. So you use the grow bag, which I showed you a picture of, and then you can use soilless media. There are many options to creating your own soilless media. Now, for vertical gardening, you won't grow. I did a lot of experiments in school. My MSc project was actually on cucumber production and on its water requirement. Critical stages of growth where I can start my cucumber, supply water at a critical stage of growth and still make a profit, because you have to manage resource. That is very critical to success. Now, if you grow cucumbers on the ground and somebody grows cucumber standing, cucumber is a climber. But during the rainy season, all these ingredient boys, they'll just spread seeds in the ground, the rain would fall, they will harvest what they can. That's subsistence farming. That's not commercial farming. Commercial farming is time, you will do the time, but you will get the harvest. Now, if you grow cucumber on the ground, maybe one plant will give you 2 or 3 fruits. If you grow cucumber vertically, one plant can give you a dozen fruits. So if you are selling a fruit for 50 naira, for instance, retail, 50 naira, we know that they do 3 for 100 or thereabouts for retail. But you're not selling a fruit for 20 naira. Let me say your wholesale price 20 naira. I've made more money hanging up my cucumber than you have leaving your cucumbers on the ground.
Oh, yes.
And it's the same money we spent on seeds. It's the same time we spent weeding. Now, if you're now doing sheltered culture where you have small space, won't it be better for you to hang up your plants than to leave it lying on the ground? Now, these are the key aspects of what I have mentioned all this. I've talked about water quality and quantity. I've talked about nutrient sources. I've talked about lights, intensity when we're talking about the greenhouse. Pest control, disease management. We talk about pest control that it's better when you do it in an enclosed space so that you can exclude pests. Now, we were taught in school, and it works. That's why I said that agric is an art and a science. In school, we're taught that the best form of pest control is exclusion. Prevent your plants from getting infected. How do you do that? Put them in a sheltered environment. Control people coming and going. Who does piggery here? Does anybody do piggery?
Pig farm.
Pig farming? No. Okay, when I used to do pig farming, it's very important. If you go to a properly set up pig farm, you will never see their sows. You will never see their growing stock. Because pigs, according to science, have the same anatomy as human beings. So we can pick up pathogens from them and they can pick up pathogens from us. So because you don't want cross-contamination, you don't get to see the animals. You just be hearing the sound, you won't get to see them. Now, most times we are proactive when we are reactive. Let me use that word. We're not proactive. Yeah, grasshopper is eating the crop, or this army worm has come. They now start spraying. Then we don't wait the withdrawal period. That's how our crops don't meet international standards. Yeah? We spray too much pesticides. We use too much herbicide. All those things have residue on the crop. I will give an example. My brother wanted to do shea butter. Those are crops that we don't even look at and consider. Meanwhile, people are looking for seedlings. You can use soilless media to set up shea butter seedling nursery and sell. They are looking for seedlings in the north. Deforestation has taken over the whole place. Shea butter is drought tolerant. It's adapted and is highly priced. They are looking for it globally. There's nobody not buying shea butter now. So he bought shea butter from one person and bought shea butter from another person. Now took it to the Middle East. They got it tested. They found out that maybe during processing or whatever it is, they use maybe kerosene or one kind of chemical to process it, like the Panadol that isn't it for us now. And then the other person was doing organic shea butter, processing it the right way. They rejected one, they accepted another. There's a woman, she's becoming popular now, Okwe Farms. Moringa is certified for export because she doesn't use chemicals. All those things have residual effect, and they have standard to protect their people. So they will not let you bring the things that, that's like even the things we are eating ourselves. We should also raise our own standard. Don't we like it? Exactly. Who doesn't like good health? Me, I like good health. And the fact of the matter is that they will tell you that life expectancy is dropping for us here. You know, their life expectancy is increasing. It's the quality of the food they eat. And it all has to do with pest control and disease management. There is no way mosquito will not bite you. You will use paracetamol. But you won't say, because I don't self-medicating. Please, who's still self-medicating here? Don't self-medicate again. It's not good. Because you might be treating malaria, you have typhoid fever. That's how people used to go to heaven. No, it's true. So don't self-medicate. Go. The malaria test now is 15 minutes. They prick you, they take it. It's very fast now. Technology has helped to that. In 15 minutes, you know if you should treat or you shouldn't treat. What you might be suffering from may be fatigue, lack of rest. Put the phone down, switch off the TV, turn off your computer, go and sleep. That's what your doctor recommended. You don't need to treat for malaria. So, disease management, critical. Every part of the plant is elimination first, and then when we do treat, is at economic threshold. When, if the pest would cost you to lose money, you can afford to lose according to the system of loss. If people who do poultry know this, if you're at 5%, it's safe. If you're at 10%, it is okay. If you're at 11%, it is critical, then you treat. You don't expect that you have 100% harvest. There will be some, you give allowance for some of those coconuts to eat. Mama will talk about organic farming, when you talk about companion cropping, crop rotations, things that make this system work better. Now, next slide. So, areas of knowledge and applications that can be developed. He does greenhouses. He has experience in its installation. He can offer you that service. Greenhouse that has installed have to be managed. Someone can say, oh, Ogami, you have greenhouses. Do you do training? Let me come and stay with you for 6 months. I've done it before. I found out that a friend of mine does something and I was very interested in knowing what it was. I went and did volunteering. Oh, we don't do that in Nigeria too anymore. Everybody wants to be boss. Everybody wants to own their own businesses. How can I go and be fetching water and be buying rice? Apprenticeship has been bastardized. Internship has been taken for granted. If you want to acquire knowledge, you need to be subservient. You need to serve people to know what they know. Yes. After serving them to know what they know, then you go and do your research and add on to it. But you want it to be quick, fast. Me, I don't teach people that you break even in 6 months. You break even in 36 months. That is my own belief system. Because I've done it over and over again. And I realized that you need at least 36 months of continuous practice, elimination and delete to get, that's 3 years. But when you tell people 3 years, they run. And the banks are giving us opportunities now. 5-year loan with a 1 interest rate. So agri can actually be done now. This is the time to do agri and to do it big. So you have nursery establishments. I've mentioned that various seedlings, abandoned seedlings. Funny enough, we overlook some of those things that are readily available to us. Abandoned oil does not go rancid. Egusi would always sell. How much is a cup of egusi now? Very expensive. That is where technology comes in. I didn't mention that technology adaptation. But I'm sure there are engineers here. We have friends that are engineers. Talk to each other. Can we develop a machine that can shell egusi? That's the problem of egusi now.
It's a shelling machine for egusi and for bono.
For bono. See now. You ask questions, you know. You get information. You come together because it will be expensive to buy. You come together as a cluster. We are going to do Egusi Farmers Association of Nigeria. We need to get a shelling machine. Okay, how many are we? 10. How much is the machine? 100 million. If we raise funds for the next 6 months and we contribute 10,000 naira a month, we will get there. Then when you've done small funding, you come to people like this, they give you counterpart funding. They do crowdfunding for you. You get more money and you buy a machine. Then because you have a cluster and you are milling together, your volume or your output will be higher. And that means that your money or your market share will be guaranteed. If you are all doing it as individuals, none of you are bringing 1 liter of egusi oil, you cannot sell. But if all of you come together and are giving 1 ton, 2 tons of egusi oil, then you can sell and sell on a global scale. We talk about seed crop seeding production and then grafting and budding. These are techniques you can actually teach yourself online. I learned how to bud from a friend, but I learned how to graft online. I went on YouTube. I read materials. I raised seedlings of citrus, orange, tomato. They actually graft tomatoes abroad on aubergine stems. I haven't tried that one, but I've seen it. And one day when I'm settled, I will try it. I will try grafting it on this thing. Our Igbo eggplant. Thank you. Graft tomato. You know why it would be more sustainable? Igbo is drought tolerant and is adapted to our environment. You can graft 3-4 different types of tomatoes on one plant. You see? One root stem, you just cut off the end, you graft several types of tomatoes. And that one plant will give you like maybe 6 different types of tomatoes. So you have 6 different types of tomatoes to supply to the market just from grafting. And then you don't take a grafted plant and then you go and put it out in the field where the breeze will be blowing it and the sun will be licking its head. You take it and then you pamper it more. You plant it in a soilless media, you give it all the conditions, and then it becomes profit. Am I making sense? Okay. I'm done for now.
Thank you.
start. Am I reading your mind?
No,
I don't want the farmer here to talk. I don't want the people that have the experience to talk. Are you sure I'm not reading your mind? That you look like somebody is speaking foreign language here. We all understood. No, about is a human soil. Oh, it's not. It's from coconut shell, or it's not. You don't know whether you understand it. You just speak all those your terminology and all that kind of. And somebody like me too is looking at it as if this woman is just flying. I love it to be that okay. If it is even soilless idea again, not true. We know that this is what we call soilless. Not from your angle. I don't know whether I understand this.
We're talking about media. What is the media?
Yes, that's
what
why
is the
I
media?
ask questions.
Okay, I want to know what is the media.
I would love it, man, that you come to a level that you will understand those terminology, that you can tell me if I get to my backyard, this is what we mean by soilless. I don't know whether I understand. You can help us with that.
Sorry, let me ask.
I started by asking the people, the type of people in the hall. And the people in the hall understand the word soil less. That's what she assumed. And I assume that everybody here knows the meaning of soilless, with no soil. So there is nothing.
What do we not have when there's no soil?
That's what she said. When you don't have soil, you are spraying nutrients onto the soil, onto the plants, as against the plants that are inside the soil, because there is no soil. So they are getting those things they would have gotten from the soil, from the spray, from the water, from the nutrients inside the water. So that's why they are called. Nutrients is food. Abi, am I making sense? Yes. So when they say nutrients, is nutrients the way we know it? It's not rocket science, so when she says calcium, it's the same calcium me and you take that is inside my bag there that you feed the plants. So there is no, I don't know how to say it's not simpler than the way she has said it. Soilless. Okay, but I can get your point. When you say medium, may not get it. Medium is the channel, the way, the method.
The method in which you get the nutrients.
The method that you have used. Just like we can say medium of communication. Which medium of communication? Is it by telephone, or by fax, or by that? So the point I'm making is that that's the essence of this question and answer session. So that anything, we're not living here until we have transformed everybody. So if you have questions, no matter how stupid it is, please ask. Don't be ashamed though. We didn't come from Lagos here.
I would have known that microbiologists, they have culture where they place their bacteria for them to grow.
Yes.
And I know that plants normally take some of these nutrients by capillary action from the ground.
Yes.
So, from where will these nutrients come from, and by what action will the plant now take in the nutrients?
Now, let's use this system as an example. We all see these pictures here. Yeah. Now, there are two ways to supply nutrients to the plant. Soilless media would usually focus on water as a medium. The other option is biodegradable material. There are several types. Coconut is one of them. Mama has mentioned that. And that's a big business too. I should have actually mentioned that. I'm currently looking for coconut husk supplier, somebody that will grind coconut husk and bring it to me, and I will plant inside. There are a lot of greenhouses now looking for it. We currently import coconut husk from India. That's a big market. We import from India. Then another Nigerian set up a factory in Benin Republic, and then they closed the border. So there's scarcity of coconut husk. And I have a plant nursery. I have plants to supply. I don't have coconut husk. Yes, I will give you the number. So coconut husk is a great media. Husk. Shuku, coconut. The skin of coconut cover. That is fiber. The thing you hit on the ground. Not the shell. Coconut shell is the one on the outside. On the inside.
Do you plant in inside the husk after you grind it?
No, you will grind it to powder. It comes like sand, brown like this. Then you plant inside. That is a media. Benny, you use it for soilless media, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
People are earning money now. Every 3 months.
Grind it, mama. Grind it.
For the next 10
That's what technology buys. They buy what they have is that because of when they import coconut oil for us, it comes in a brick. They call it brick. It's almost as big as this thing. When you now put it in water, it can flow like a basin. They've dried it and they've compacted it, so it's easy to transport. That's what we're talking about: technology, adapting technology, using technology. That's why we're not making money. We're exporting crude oil and importing petrol. I don't want coconut husk. I can pluck that one in my backyard. I want the one you have grinded and it's now powder. Because that's the one that is useful for me.
Okay, so how much will you buy the bag?
They sell, depending on who's buying. They sell the retail, the block, between 1,200 and 3,000, depending on who is gullible enough to buy. If you are selling to them in Lekki, those doing balcony gardens, you can sell for 3,000. If you are selling to me, I will buy for 800. Because I know. So what I'm saying, so there's a market. See, Mama, we need to do a training on agro waste.
Just giving me your number.
I will give you my number. Agro waste is wasting. We talked about nutrient sources for plants. Now, when you have here, let me finish with media. So media, you have the water itself. So inside the water, you will now be dissolving nutrients. I'll start with water. So, for instance, I talked about calcium from eggshell. So you take eggshell now, you dip it inside water. It would enter inside water. You use the water to feed your plants through this system. Now, why I said aquaponics is very technical is that it's a continuous feed system. It's not like you would want, unlike conventional farm that you wet the ground,
Exactly.
and then nutrients are wasted. The plants would get it when they need. Plants in this system eat the market in 2 weeks. And of course, you're doing IMH, but you're not growing shop and tetel. You are growing kale, you are growing Brussels sprouts, you're growing spinach, bok choy, all those imported vegetables. This funny enough, Food Co imports those things into Nigeria. Yes, ma'am. And I've grown jalapeno peppers in this Ibadan before, in Erua. And I supplied Food Co when I was doing my MSc 2014, 2015. I grew jalapenos. Jalapeno peppers are those peppers that you see on. Who likes watching? I like watching cooking channel. The thing always, and you now with the cocoa, not husk, everything, fertilizer, everything you need. And you're now raising these seedlings. Each seedling at 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks is when you start selling. Tomato seedlings you can sell for 25 naira per seedling. Times 10,000 naira. 10,000, how much is that? 50,000. In 3 weeks. How many weeks do you have in a year? How many 3 weeks do you have in a year?
2 weeks.
Times 250,000.
That's 20, something 20.
Okay, let's even say 15 weeks. You take break now, you are not going to. Please, learn to balance, work balance. So let's say even out of the 15 weeks, you did like 40. 40 subsequent, you synchronize your production. So every month you are supplying, that's 12. Let's say 10. So 250,000 times 10.
That's 2.5 million.
2.5 million every year. That's not a bad on 500,000 investment. But you can't do it alone because the seedling needs care every day. You do it as a group. Most times we want to make that money by ourselves. We don't want to share. We want, do it. Just make that money. I'll have like 10 of those greenhouses. We'll now start doing projections for something you don't have the capacity to do alone. You haven't monitored one greenhouse alone, you want to monitor 10. Because you are looking at the money, you're not looking at the work involved. And we're selling 25 naira per seedling to farmers. And then we were now aggregating their tomatoes when it reaches harvest back. And Mama talked about tomato processing, and you're not processing and you're packaging. That's a big industry in itself. And you can create a chain around it, and everybody in that group is contributing to it. Then you now go from there, you put up shade cloth like this. Oh, let me also explain something. I don't believe in greenhouses, actually, personally. Let me say that. Why? We live in a greenhouse. This is a greenhouse. We're basically in a greenhouse now. The humidity we are feeling, the temperature we are feeling. The reason why greenhouses work for them abroad is because of the winter months when it is cold. It traps terrestrial radiation, heat. It traps heat and then makes the environment to be hot. We're already living in the hot environment. My recommendation is shade cloth. So the rays come in, but it's filtered. And then the pest, basically I'm just offering pest protection. And maybe filtering the sunlight a bit, because the shade cloths they use now have UV filters to filter out harmful UVs and let's say the spectrum that the plants will use to grow to photosynthesize. Now let me now explain. Oh, I mentioned light. I will explain that. Who has grown vegetable commercially before? Shoko, tete, ugu, ibedu. Anybody? Nobody. Ugu. Okay. In school then we used to think they were punishing us, but some of us we like books, so we didn't see it as punishment. So in school then we had every year we would grow shoko, tete and okra and ibedu during the dry season. And in our year in University of Ibadan, over 4 months, starting from October to the month of February, we made 20 million naira. They didn't pay for labor, now it was free labor. So even if they paid for labor, their profit margin was still very high. Now, when you talk about lights, I was talking about this shade cloth now. Some plants like hot sunshine. Some plants like shade. I spoke about maize earlier, that maize will do better in the north because of the, it's technical, because of the way they photosynthesize, the way they absorb this light is different one from another. So maize are like sun. If you are growing it here, you probably sell as green corn. Or you get varieties that are bred for this type of environment. That's what I was talking about hybrid seeds earlier. Not varieties that are bred for the north, then you now come and grow them here. You won't make as much profit. So everything you're doing starts with the quality of the seeds itself. And then providing the conditions for that, for you to be able to hit that target yield. Now, light intensity, I was talking about shoko today. Shoko prefers partial shade because it's a C4 plant. The way it photosynthesizes is different from the way tete. So if you grow tete in the sun, you will see they will grow big at all, but the ones in the shade will be small. They won't grow as big. The same thing with shoko. If you grow shoko in the sun, they won't get as big. But if you grow them in partial shade, where the sun is filtered, they do better. So imagine on your farm, during the dry season, you are better off setting up something like this to grow shoko. And shoko always first choose a higher price in the market. Mama mentioned market. Know your market. If you go to the market and you put the same volume of shoko and tete on the ground, you buy the shoko for 200, the tete will be 100 naira. No matter in or out of season. So you can streamline your production to target the market and target the season, so that you can maximize your output. Because it's the same amount of work you put in. Growing something that is not making sense, that you put in growing something that is relevant. Next question. So have I answered media, light? Okay. Is it different?
My name, I'm from Ikire. I came from Ikire. I just want to ask about the soilless planting. Is it very good for
Entrepreneurs Channel TV, creating a platform of expression for every woman.
to grow egusi very well? I just wanted to explain it.
Okay. Egusi is in the same family as a cucumber. Most times we grow egusi on the ground. I'm currently experimenting on growing egusi vertically. I don't have my results yet, so I can't speak on it. But I would say this. If you grow egusi, you know egusi always has aerial roots, like if it runs on the ground, produce roots in that place. Now, the challenge with it is that, unlike cucumbers that don't produce aerial roots, it's a climber. Egusi, because it produces aerial roots, you get a better yield if you grow it on the ground than vertically. So that's another thing about understanding the plant itself. Now, but if you grow egusi inside a greenhouse and feed it with a drip line, like this aquaponics thing, the fish farm guy, you have a fish farm, you run off the water, you have a reservoir for that water. Please don't waste water. If you have a fish farm, create an netting pond where you store the water that runs off, where you can use that water to irrigate. Now imagine you have a greenhouse closed there that you just pipe that water into the greenhouse. Egusi has a problem with a lot of pests, and that's why they spray a lot of herbicides and pesticides. And because it's an oil crop, there is major residue of pesticide in the oil seed. And egusi oil, not that they told me, I've seen it, egusi oil does not go rancid because of the vitamin E content. So a crop that already has a long shelf life is a potential crop for growing. Now, if you have a greenhouse and then you're feeding it with your wastewater from your fish farm, the amount of pests that in the egusi will reduce. So that means you won't be using a lot of pesticides. That means you produce a better quality crop. But under hydroponics, because of the restriction in the space and the growth pattern of that crop, it is not advisable. But for something like ugu that is vertical and you can string up, cucumbers that you can string up, and then high-end vegetables like the ones I mentioned that Foodco brings in, the bok choys, the spinach, the Brussels sprouts, and all those things, you can grow them using this method. Yes, I know somebody doing it successfully. And purple cabbage, she does strawberries. Oh, that's see, we don't look at opportunities where that's where you should form clusters. Thank you.
My question is, my name is Adenike Victor. My question is borders around all these exotic vegetables, because sometimes, like, it's just a natural interest. I love the purple cabbage, the yellow one, different colors, and sometimes I bought some seedlings from the US. I planted them in my house. It's like the sweet corn and the purple cabbage and some other things. They grew to some level and died off. And I'll be like, this thing should be able to grow now because the condition over there and here, at least from where I took them from, to me, it's the same. Yes, and I didn't know why they didn't grow. But now that you are talking about it, it's like
Making so it makes sense.
the question I put here is, can blueberries, strawberries, passion fruit, cantaloupe grow in Nigeria?
Yes,
in the Ibadan,
yes.
She's
growing. I have
yes.
grapevine growing in Lagos, passion fruits growing in Lagos. I even have seedlings for sale if anybody wants. I'm just joking. I've got raspberry growing. I've grown cantaloupes before, but blueberries I'm still experimenting. I haven't done blueberries.
I'm very much interested.
Goji berry, yes.
Please pencil me down for internship.
Yes.
Thank you. Please, I want to know what these shade clothes look like. Are they specially woven for days? What do they have specifications, and how are they used?
It's important. Like everything else, we don't have an indigenous producer, and the challenge is that it's the technology. Now, shade cloths are produced from polyethylene nylon, but there are specifications. Like if you go to buy a shade cloth, I just bought some recently. I'm so sorry. If you go online and you check for shade cloth, you would see 50% UVB, 40% UVB, 70% UVB, meaning that it would filter out this level of sunshine. Now, there are several types of shade cloth. There are those that they use for insulation, meaning that to trap in heat. And then there are those that they use for filtration, like if rain is falling, it would disperse the effect of rain. For instance, for us to have torrential rainfall, and the time of day may come, the drops will be so big and heavy, and those drops would fall, and all the flowers on your cucumbers would fall off. You that are already counting don't count your chickens before they hatch. So those cloths are designed to filter water
to filter light, and they come with specifications depending on the location. So one thing I always advise people to do, which a lot of farmers don't do, and that is why, again, we need clusters. It is expensive to do an environmental evaluation. It is expensive to do a soil profile and land evaluation. If you have 10 hectares of land in the north, land evaluation will cost you like 1 million naira. If you have 1 hectare in the south, land evaluation will cost you like 3 million naira because the topography is different. The soil factor is different. The challenges of entering the land is different. If you go to the north, I said to Nadamawa, if you stand there and you look, you may not see another tree for another 1 hour. If you drive Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you can't even see beyond the road. So our environment is totally different, so is the requirements. And same goes for adapting technology. So if you know your environmental requirements, you get a professional, either a pedologist or an agronomist, as a group, they go to the farm, they do you an evaluation, they tell you, okay, this is what your environment is like, this is the amount of sunshine you're getting in, this is the wind speed. Wind is very important too. It's useful for pollination, it's also very important for crop stability. If we staked one time cucumber, we had about 3 acres. That's about an hectare of cucumber staked. We had to get hand drills to put the stake in. We bought bamboo, we did everything. We were on a hillside in Ogun State. Ogun has some very unique microclimates. As I said, yes, it can grow. It depends on your microclimate. There's a general climate, like the tropics. But there are areas in the tropics that can grow. For instance, Ekiti State. I'm looking for somebody who has land in Ekiti State and wants to experiment with me. We can grow everything you listed and much more in Ekiti State. Because I've been to Ekiti State and I noticed that they have a tropical, a temperate climate, almost Mediterranean, in parts of Ekiti State, that can grow things like olives, blueberries that you mentioned, strawberries. But government, let's not wait for government. Let's form clusters and go back home and go and do it. So if you know the environment, then you can take technology that will work for the environment and use it there effectively. But if you just take, copy and paste, actually they taught us bad in school. We want to pass exams. Everybody is passing. You are doing oversabi, you want to study. The lecturer is asking you your deadline. You go on the internet, you copy, you paste, you submit. But now, the last time you come and apply that knowledge, you'll not be looking, you'll be blinking. Because you copied and paste, it's not applicable knowledge. So we need to adapt technology to the specific location. And varieties. There are some varieties that would work well in Lagos that may not grow here. There are some varieties that will do better here and may not grow here. And they're still the same crop. The same crop, maize or beans or whatever, they're still the same crop. I know somebody doing a lot of runners beans, and she's growing purple and yellow runners beans commercially in Agbowa. And she's doing very well. She has a supply chain in Lagos, supermarkets, and all that. But the challenge with that is this, Mama will mention that on the market. You need to create your own market. If you rely on the current market structure, you may not make as much money. You're going to deal with middlemen. And because of the amount of time and effort that went into producing your own crop, you need to create your own market. Somebody else wanted to.
Directly from the hotline, when the first facilitator gave the hotline, I knew we were going to have this kind of problem that my empowerment was going to share with us. That is, this presentation, this training is more like an introduction to soil production. So I just want to encourage my co-listeners that we can't fully exhaust soil production here, particularly for some of us that have a little bit of knowledge of it before. I'm looking forward to a proper training. So please, I'm encouraging us to organize a training that we can gain knowledge that can take us into production line. I want to go into production. I don't particularly see that happening from here.
We should have some people saying, sorry, I want to do production of this in this form. And they all form clusters and we target you. We give you what it is you need to take it on. So then another person will say to you, what can I do to turn around my fish production or smoke? Because that's where they want to play, we deal with that. So that the essence of today is like fact finding.
Okay, great. So I'm looking forward to another platform like this. But quickly, leaning on your experience, that's the facilitator on floor now. Leaning on your experience, how specific are the nutrients to different vegetables? Okay, can I use the same nutrient combination to produce different kind of vegetables? I would like to know that. How much does this impact on what's it called, plant population and production? You talked about cucumber production. You said you harvest up to 15 times. So
you can do if you graft. I was talking about grafting. I mean, you can graft plants onto the roots.
Yeah, I thought you said because I mean.
No, you can graft. That's I said technology can be adapted based on.
Okay, I just wanted to. I'm a business person. I'm particular about the output. So our conventional way, our
bottom line,
3-4 times we've harvested. Okay, so.
Can you repeat your first question about the nutrients again?
No, that's about vegetables. Then secondly, I want to have a fair idea what the output looks like. Okay, I got it from black cucumber. Our conventional cucumber, for instance, we look at harvest like maybe 3-4 times before you terminate it. I want to know if you have a longer black cucumber. For tomatoes, I know there's someone that does it in Lekki and they hydroponics, and the yield is about 3 times our greenhouse production, not even average. So I want to have a general idea if you have what the production plan looks like. Thank you.
So,
nutrients first. The plant demand is basic in the sense. That's why NPK was promoted for a long time. They'll just give you NPK 20-20-20 or 15-15-15. NPK is a basic plant requirement. And the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of sources for NPK. If you produce your own compost, you can produce the best quality market waste recycling. And then you can also tailor your own compost to suit your crop requirement. I talked about the plantain ash as a substitute to muriate of potash. I talked about the eggshell as a substitute to using calcium fertilizers. And the reason why natural sources are better is because it's like saying that you're eating food and eating fiber. If you drink orange juice and you eat orange fruits, they are two different things. Yes. If you drink orange juice, yes, you get your vitamin C. But if you eat orange fruits, you will get the vitamin C and fiber. There's always a little extra when you use natural sources of fertilizers as compared to the synthetic versions. And then for the synthetic versions, although they are fast acting, the way they are fast acting is also the way they quickly get expended in time. But if you use natural sources, they are slower release. So the plant only takes what it needs at a time. So it's not suffering from overdose. So yes, there's a basic plant requirement of NPK. But for some specific crops, for instance, if you're growing cabbages need boron. If they don't get it, they don't. So if you can't grow cabbage commercially, switch to another crop that will grow commercially in your location. Then you mentioned cucumbers. Cucumbers can be extremely profitable if you do it with the right equipment, starting with the seed. That's why I asked that, are you using hybrid seeds? If you buy good quality seeds, they come with a target. So the manufacturer of the seed would say on the pack, this seed should give you 10 tons, or this plant should give you 20 tons. For instance, there's a particular brand of seed that I've used for technically. They come with production manuals. If you buy hybrid seeds, go online and download up to the variety. East-West Seeds will provide you with the varietal requirements. Because, for instance, we're talking about cucumbers now. I've grown monoecious cucumbers before. That means it has male and female flowers. But I've grown flowers of cucumbers before that are hermaphroditic. You know a lot of cucumbers, but it's hybrid. So the flowers itself will self-fertilize. So for cucumber production, for instance, if you grow out in the field and you use only shade cloths like this, and the bees come and you see all those bees, you're getting a better harvest than somebody who grows it in a greenhouse. And it doesn't use a variety that is an hermaphrodite. That means that a lot of fruits will get aborted. They won't get fertilized. So what you would do is, as a cucumber producer, you identify the male flowers, you identify the female flowers. So very early in the morning, what I used to do then, when I was growing it in my backyard anyway, this wasn't commercial, I would take a brush, paint brush, and then dust the male flowers, and go around and dust the female flowers. That I said is a lot of work. But I would get a bigger, chunkier fruit than the person that just sat down and was waiting for the breeze
to help him pollinate his plants. So somebody's job will be on your farm. Go around with this paintbrush, touch this flower, touch this flower, touch this flower, touch this flower. And that is what they do in commercial farming. If you want to grow organically and you want to do commercial, it's labor intensive and it's knowledge intensive. So cucumber is a good place to start. And then keep good records, like I always say. So you'll be able to track your production and see where your shortfalls are. And then be able to change the system if necessary. If you don't do that, then you won't know what you're doing. You'll just be grasping at straws. So, is that
We'll
okay?
take one more question. How can we have access to all these hydroponics products, like the nutrients, the pump, and the rest, the mentorship, how one can actually go about it? We have a circulatory system. Can we practice a non-circulatory system? Because if we are to go by circulatory system, it's expensive. Everything has to be fully automated. But if we can have access to non-circulatory system that is less expensive, how can we go about all the access to the material, the mentorship, and the rest? Thank you.
Thank you. I always say that people should learn from their own personal experience, and I saw a lot of people taking it. So basically, let me give an example. This is a bag, a bako bag, somebody converted into a value. I'm currently growing ugu in some bags at home. It's an experiment. So what I've done is that I took a bag and then I mixed soil with sawdust. That's another way to do it. If you don't have, for instance, in the urban, like an urban gardener that I am, you may not get access to good quality topsoil. So you have to look for alternative. Over bits, because of the close of the border, they raised the price and people don't buy it. And I needed to grow dry season vegetables, at least for my own consumption. So I went to the sawmill, it's free. I took well-rotted sawdust and brought it home. I took soil that I had sterilized. I sieved it, removed it, I sterilized it. So how do you sterilize it? I put it on the fire and cook it down. Very efficient. But you can't do that on a large scale. Very intensive. So I mixed it with the sawdust. After doing that, I took the eggshell that I had milled, I mixed it in. I took the wood ash that I had created. I even used it. I just took plantain peel. I put it in the microwave. When it became dry, I grind it. I put it inside. Nothing spectacular. That's on a small scale. So take all these little bits and then think of ways how you can plug it in and upscale. So you have a farm, you want to do soilless. But the difference between, that's why we're talking about media. The difference between the medias is this. Each media would relate with nutrient release differently. Sawdust may hold on to water, but may not release nutrients readily for the plant roots. Coconut husk is better. It's lighter weight, it holds water, and to release nutrients easily. The other one that they use now, they call it pyrolite. Most of it is imported. But they are indigenous versions. Who knows this stone that we used to use to wash under our feet? Please, I'm looking for the dust. It's pyrolite. It's actually lava rocks. And they mill it and package it and come and sell it to you. It's used to increase, you're laughing, it's used to increase soil porosity. You take your coconut, you mix that one in. But that's why, if you are doing it alone, it's not easy. Would you be the one to go and carry coconut? Then you run around and carry. You need a team. You need to walk around a team. And then that means your output will be better and your results will be better. So all those things are already available. Actually for rudimentary, I'm talking about rudimentary system now. I'm not talking about technology at all. A bag, wood shavings, coconut husk, the wood ash, the coconut plantain ash, eggshells, oyster shell, tea bags, you know, things that you can even use at home. Aggregate your own biodegradable waste at home. There's money. Who knows the Aleshiroye fertilizer plant? Aleshiroye has a fertilizer plant. Yes. You've heard about it. I know the people that set it up. We were in university when you were sitting it up. Yes. They produce organic fertilizer, but they don't even produce enough to meet the demand of people taking it off them. They are always scarce. And what are they using for fertilizer? All of the ajeku, agbado, tejeku, loja, issue, totira. That's what they are collecting from the market and turning into black gold and packaging. So the opportunities are not limited to what you can basically see. That's why Mama said you don't need money to start. If you have like 2-3 boys collecting market waste for you and delivering to your door, the same way they collect plastic now. Plastic is now money. So people have boys running around collecting plastic. Let them be collecting market waste for you. Well, the stems of vegetable that they cut off, all those things is manure. And then you can start from there.
Thank you very much. Please, let's give her a round of applause. How you can't go into a poultry farm that is strictly organic or a piggery so that you don't get infected. I just wanted to share a visit to an organic farm in the desert, in the UAE, in Dubai. Went to an organic farm and they had the area for vegetables. They had another area for livestock. We never got to that area for livestock. Why? Can somebody tell me? Because you already said it. Can somebody tell me why we were not allowed to visit? Thank you. That's exactly what the South African lady told us. She said people are not allowed to visit there because even she cannot go there because it's strictly for those that are there. There are no vaccinations, there are no antibiotics, there is nothing given to the birds. So we don't want you going there to infect them or they infecting you. So we were not allowed to go there. I also wanted to share a good news about those people collecting waste. There's actually a group headed by a woman, and they're trying to launch waste collectors as agents. It's going to be a very regulated body. It's called EPRON. EPRON is designed to set up waste collection as a business. So they will have agents who will make money from waste collectors. They will also have another agent whose role is to clean and make that waste usable for me and you. They will also have another group of people, they call them different names, and you have to pay a fee in order to, it's like being a distributor or being an agent. It's just structured like MTN business. So that is one good area that will help us to help farmers that need, because you can now say, oh, there's an EPRON agent here. Let me go and see if they can give me the type of waste that I need for my farm. So we're even working with them because there is a group again that now build toilets with this and shower rooms. We actually have some toilets already built in the north with shower rooms made from plastic bottles and pure water sachets. In Nigeria, I'm not talking about abroad. This is Nigeria. And as I speak, they're about to approve a grant for the same group to build 10 toilets in 10 communities in the north with plastic bottles and put boreholes as well as shower rooms. So people are working, they're not sleeping. So we need to wake up and start to key. We were coming here and I said to them, the whole street in Ibadan is just littered with money. It's a shame. My uncle was the first vice chancellor of University of Ibadan, and this place has not changed since then. It's a shame. There's no development going on because people are not taking advantage of the development. We're the development. We're the ones. It's not the, people can't come and develop you for you. If you go anywhere that there is development, it's the people that wanted the development that made it happen. So we need to make it happen. And it can happen. Am I making sense? Can it happen?
Yes.
So if we say it can, it means that from today, it will start happening in our lives.
Good afternoon. My name is Adenike Victor. I'm a farmer and I love agriculture. One thing we need to understand about agriculture is that agriculture is the future of this nation. Why? Before we got oil, agriculture sustained our economy. After we got oil, we became lazy. Research into agriculture collapsed. We started doing agriculture in a subsistence way that wasn't commercially viable. But with programs like this, and organizations willing to push the agricultural agenda, we can take agric from what it is today to a viable and economically sustainable part of Nigeria where we would grow our own food, eat our own food, and have surplus to sell to other nations. Thank you.
Milola Lamidi. Actually, I planted few of tomato at my backyard and it came out so beautiful. And I noticed some things that anytime I want to plant, I plant so very close to my dustbin because it brings out a beautiful fruit at the end of the day. So I decided to be planting tomato because I realized that when I plant tomato, it comes out fresh, big. So I decided that anytime I want to start a business, I'll go into manure production because I can see that organic products are good, they are very good for our body. So I decided to change my mind, go into manure organic products. Thank you. And for those people at home who are watching me, it's good for women to go into farming because there was a time I was talking to a particular well-known man. He said that what can make Nigerian rich this time is to go into farming, and that's our culture. Agbe, Aroko Bodunde. Thank you. I still remain Lamidi.